This insane looking mountain that looks like something out of a fairy tale is actually an active volcano and one of Indonesia's top sights to see.
Still don't believe that it's real, and I'm looking at it with my own eyes.
This natural spectacle sits inside Kelimutu National Park and is 1,639 meters above sea level. There are 3 crater lakes at the summit, which are said to change color from blue, green, turquoise, all the way to white, chocolate brown, and even red. And the best part of that is scientists aren't really sure why. It's hard to believe a place like this even exists, let alone that we get to go see it.
Good morning from a sleepy mountain town of Moni. Yesterday we caught a shared taxi from Ende to arrive here in this luscious green yard where we have a beautiful hut for the night. Today we are climbing an active volcano. We had all intentions of going there for sunrise, but the sun rises at about 5 a.m. and because this day entails like a 45-minute drive, that would have required us to wake up at 4 a.m. So it's a bit later, we're gonna go get breakfast first, and then we're going to an active volcano. One of my absolute favourite things about this Indonesian trip is that a lot of the accommodations have had breakfast included, and a lot of the times the breakfast is banana pancakes, which is just the best way to start your day. Fueling up, go for a hike. I might have had too much coffee.
150 per person, tent park.
A quick 30-minute winding road up the mountain covered by clouds, and we are at the start of the hike. First we're going to go into the information centre to learn about the volcano. Information.
Not too much information in there, but we're going to start the trek. This hike up the volcano is only about 1 kilometre, so it's only going to take us 15 to 20 minutes. But the coolest part is this path effectively just cuts straight through a jungle. There's so much green around and so many plants. We've only seen one other group of people, so I think we might be alone at the summit.
So this mountain has been high on our list ever since we started researching things to do in Flores, Indonesia.
The name Kelimutu actually means boiling lakes or mountains that boil. It's something along those lines. I couldn't find a definitive answer online.
This is an active volcano and the last eruption was back in the late 60s, but as recently as 2013 there have been like rumblings and plumes of gas, which kind of makes me scared because we've never been on an active volcano before. And I feel like you can't forget about it because as you're walking, there's all these signs pointing to the evacuation point.
If it erupts, we know where to go. As if the volcano part wasn't scary enough, apparently these poisonous gases can be pretty menacing too. They've built shelters around the park and on the pathway in case there's spontaneous lava bombs. No worries.
I cannot believe that. As if lava itself wasn't scary enough. Let's turn it into a projectile that could go who knows how long and just smash on someone. How is a tiny little shelter going to protect me from that? I'm pretty sure lava would burn through.
I think we're almost there.
Not sure, but it looks like a huge viewing platform. Oh, these steps.
Looks craterish. Wow.
What? Oh, wow. Ooh, sulfur. Oh my gosh. That is such a bizarre colour. This is insane. I'd already seen pictures of this online, but the colours are insanely vibrant and just like not natural looking. So it's so bizarre to be looking at it and know that this is real, but it looks photoshopped in real life. It's such a like milky, bright turquoise. And then the far one is this like weirdly dull, almost lime green. I can't even imagine if you were here and they were red and white. I think my brain would explode. I would become the volcano. Oh, monkey!
And there's also monkeys up here. Apparently they're not as crazy as the Bali monkeys and they seem to be keeping their distance a lot more than the Bali ones do. But they're pretty cute.
Nuts. Still don't believe that it's real and I'm looking at it with my own eyes.
Even though scientists are pretty sure they can figure out what it is that make the lakes change colour, something to do with the crater reacting to volcanic gases, the locals here have a different belief, and that is that this is where souls come to rest. Each crater has a different sort of soul that's living in it. This one here behind me, the blue turquoise beautiful one, is for the young souls. The other crater that's joined by a crater wall is the one that's known to turn red. Maybe that's because it's also the crater where it's supposedly for the wicked souls that have died. They go and rest there. The last crater you can't actually see from here. It's another little bit of a walk and it's for the old souls. So I think we're gonna go check that out. Air's getting a bit volcanic up here. Both of us just started coughing after a really strong smell of sulfur. So volcanoes.
We are now at 1,598 meters above sea level and getting our second view of the two like bluey green lakes. One more push and we will be at the top of Mount Kelimutu.
One more stair climb and we're at the summit. The highest point of the volcano. Should get a different view of the two lakes we've already seen, but also hopefully get a view of the Old Soul Lake, which should be on the other side of the mountain.
We made it! 1,638 meters above sea level. Quite a leisurely hike until the end there. Then it's like straight up the mountain.
We avoided the crowds most of the way up, but there's a few up here, understandably. It's kind of where you would stay. View of everything. This one's definitely the most believable in colour.
If you were to see this crater lake first, you would be amazed at the colour by it. But because we've been desensitized by two crazy colours, this one just kind of seems like a normal lake. Am I crazy? It is a really dark, like Shrek green though. Pretty cool. Sitting up here with our new friends, and it is crazy to me how different the lakes look when there's cloud cover versus when the sun is shining directly on them. It goes from like this vibrant green and blue to like this dull, dark green and blue.
It's worth just sitting at the top and watching all the different iterations of the colour. If you sit here long enough, it might change to red.
Might be a couple years.
As if the lake's changing colour and the awesome greenery around us wasn't enough, we just had a couple of monkeys come and steal other people's chocolate bars, and now they're sitting by kind of looking out for more food.
It wasn't just one chocolate bar either. This monkey walked away with 4, like a tiny little greedy baby, trying to get into one and carrying the others, trying so hard not to drop them. It was so cute, but not probably great that they're eating human food. He has something else.
It's a full lunch pack.
Now there's 3 of them. I kind of heard that the monkeys here wouldn't be as aggressive or like trying to get your stuff as they are in Bali, but these guys have no fear. And just like that, we are covered in clouds, surrounded by monkeys, and alone at the top at Mount Kelimutu.
We have been here for a while and we've kept our driver waiting, so we might start the hike back down.
I think so. One thing it's scary walking backwards downstairs. One thing I'm super impressed with about Mount Kelimutu is how much information there is. We've been to a few tourist attractions on this trip, and there's not really been that much to satisfy our urge to learn. But this, every now and then, there's like this huge plaque teaching you a different thing about the volcanoes. I love it.
Bucket list item ticked off. We are back down the Kelimutu mountain now. We just got to find our driver and get back to the hotel. But tomorrow, if we can figure out a way to get there, we're off to something a bit more relaxing.
Off grid. Oh, I'm so excited.
Hi.